evening. Good Thursday evening. Coming to you live tonight. We live tonight. Most of us, say three of us live, and we missing one of our partners. But I got a text from him about 5 minutes ago, Charlie and Queasel. Got a text from him said he had forgot to tell me that he wasn't going to be on the show tonight. So I don't know if y'all got the notice or not, or somebody gonna have to find out what's going on with him. Somebody gonna have to find out where he's at, cause I don't know. Got just a short text. Won't be able to be on tonight, Floyd. You and Charlie and Queez will take it and run with it. But anyway, we're gonna run with it, cause that's what we are. Hey, we bear down. Listen here, honey. When the ox is in the ditch, we get the ox out of the ditch.
That's it.
We don't need
That's
Marley
it.
to get the ox out of the ditch. But he did send me, he sent me just a while ago, he sent me where we're going to also be broadcasting tonight from. And I'll tell y'all all about that in a little bit. If I read my phone here, all this information he's put on here, I still don't know where he's at or what he's doing. I don't know nothing about him. But anyway, I hope to hear some more communication from him. But we coming to you live tonight. Our good friends and neighbors from all over South Alabama, South Georgia, all over North Florida, all over the United States of America, 7 sunken islands, all 57 states, and four forbidden countries. So y'all just seeing it. And if your feelings is going to be hurt, if you're real sensitive, you might want to change channels, cause it's probably not going to work for you. But we coming to you live just like we always do. We coming to you live all the way. Queasel, he's live all the way out here south of Colquitt on the old J.W. Tully farm. Charlie Platt coming to you live over there, right off of 431. Coming to you live at the turn number 1 at the old Rocket Speedway.
Turn number 3.
I'm on the wrong side of the track with you there, Charlie. That's turn 3 at the old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. And Floyd's coming to you. Floyd coming to you live. Got Nadine in here with me tonight. Floyd, Nadine, we home down here. We down here on the dark end of the street on Flamingo Boulevard. Y'all remember that song, Dark End of the Street? Y'all know who sung that, don't you? At the dark end of the street. Percy Sledge. I got to think about it.
Oh, yeah. When a man loves a woman, Percy Sledge.
My lights is out here on my road. Always with sometimes we have a street light, but my street lights are out tonight. So we at the dark end of the street. Me and my neighbors down here. But anyway, we making it. We making do with what we got. But we're going to be with y'all for the full hour tonight. We're going to give y'all all we got with our opinions. You may not like them. Our viewpoints. You may not like them. Our reflections. Surely everybody likes to reflect. And revelations. That's what we do. We got people tuned in tonight all over the place. Look again, we got them up there. We got them up there from Cheevertown, up there in Baker County, Georgia, right off the Flint.
Yeah.
Right off the Flint River, got them tuned in. I bet them sucker fish is tearing it up. If you can find you a sucker hole somewhere and catch you some. We got them from everywhere, man. We got them watching all over. We got my neighbors watching down here on the far dark end of the street down here on Flamingo Boulevard. He's the only neighbor I think that watches me, but he gets a kick out of it anyhow. But we with y'all tonight, and Marvin texted me a while ago about somebody that on the big screen tonight. Big screen, first time tuning in on the big screen. He says 137 inches of big screen TV he's tuned in. And this is what Marvin Texas said. He said, Raphael's School of Deception, Racial Agitation, How to Lie Without Guilt, How to Speak Like Barack Hussein Obama, and How to Preach Racist, Divisive Politics from the pulpit and never having to worry about losing your religious non-profit status all the time pretending to be a man of God. Raphael.
Whoa!
And the address is what do you say though? The address is Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me tell you what we're gonna do with you, Raphael. Let me tell you what we're gonna do with you right now. Right now, Raphael, we're gonna disable you. There's a button you can mash, and you can be disabled. We're fixing to disable you, Raphael, at this moment. You no longer tune out the Dirt Road Sports. And anybody that's tuned in that voted for Raphael, you might want to tune us out too, because you probably ain't gonna like what we're gonna have to say. But anyway,
I
all
don't
you
think they will.
folks, all other reasonable taxpaying, hardworking folks, law-abiding folks that's watching us tonight, y'all stay tuned in, because we're gonna be coming to you. We're gonna be coming to you live. We're gonna be coming to you with everything that we can come to you with. But we're gonna struggle through this tonight, and I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna make it. But I'm gonna turn it over to Charlie and let him take it for a while and tell us what's been going on in his world this past
Oh
week.
well, hey, we talk about my world anytime. I just I hate to come against one of my own, and we do have a quorum here tonight. The three
Yeah.
of us, and Marvin is not here, and y'all didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about it unless I looked at my Facebook page, and I've got a good idea where Marvin is. It's kind of a venture, boys, that I don't think Marvin wanted the three of us to know about.
How in the world?
Marvin and the Marvettes have started their worldwide Christmas tour, spreading cheer and joy all over the world. I got this page on Facebook and it says tonight is kickoff night in Sop Choppy, Florida.
That must be
It,
him right there down there.
it,
Look at that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to move.
All right, I'm gonna.
He must have went through Cordeal to get to Stop Choppy there, because that looks like that big pig up there at Stripling Sausage Company.
No,
Don't
there's the big pig right there.
that's him, yeah.
There's the big pig.
Yeah, that's him.
There's the big pig right there.
How y'all
Lord, there he is.
doing?
They won't tell us where he's at. Where you at, Marvin?
I'm in Tifton, Georgia, at the new Striplings in Tifton. Can you
What they
hear me?
selling over there? What they got on sale?
We just bought a hat. It was $42.
Called a
Oh,
what?
what?
Half a pound.
You bring it up on Marvin. Can't hear. What did you say? What are you jerky? Half a pound of jerky for $42? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
That's probably what he got.
I love
He says he's in Tifton. I know that.
I know
pig.
better.
I
I
know
know
that.
better.
He's somewhere else. He ain't in Tifton.
That was pre-recorded right there. I
He
seen.
he going to
Go
Stop
ahead, Charlie.
Choppy, boy. He's going to Stop Choppy, and he's going to work his way across Florida back to the west and go as far as Jay, Florida. On the turnaround, it says that Marvin and the Marvettes will be performing live just after dark at the four-way stop in Miller Crossroads, Florida, Holmes County, Saturday night, right past dark. Now, it's
Yep.
got a picture of Marvin and the Marvettes on this Facebook page. They're traveling on looks to be a 1968 model, probably somewhere along in there, converted international school bus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's got a 36-foot gooseneck flatbed trailer as a stage behind it.
He's gonna be outdoors then. Sound
Oh
like.
yeah, oh yes, it's an outdoor venue all the way, all the way. Now there might be some churches where they're gonna stop at and sing some, but that might be on the inside. But for the most part, the Christmas tour, Marvin and Marvettes, is going to be off of that nice conversion bus and portable stage. That's
Well,
all I know.
How you
well,
get tickets?
there's a little more to it because I was out there by a place the other day. That trailer, that trailer is a convertible. Let me tell you a little bit about that trailer. That trailer actually is a climate controlled trailer that he puts his tent. He's taking his tent, man. He's gotta have a tent revival. He's taking his tent with him. Yeah, and that trailer, he got a cow trailer. He too cheap to buy air conditioning, so he got a cow trailer with them vents through there, and they take the sides off of it and they turn it into a stage. And once they take the sides off that
Gotcha.
trailer, they turn it into a stage. On top of the trailer, on top of the roof of the trailer, that comes off. He got his speakers. He stole this from our buddy Reverend Johnson, Floyd. He got his speaker, and Floyd got them duct taped to the two crossbars on top there. He got two at the front pointed out that way and two at the back pointed out that way. He got his loudspeakers going down there and keep them going all the time. He got him some Christmas lights wove in and out of them rails on that trailer. He got them flashing, and he got it covered with rhinestones. The sides of the trailer is painted. Get this now. I saw it with my own eyes. It is painted fluorescent green with pink trim.
Ain't that pretty?
Ain't got no spare tire. No spare tire about it nowhere.
He'll call Smokey if he has a flat tire. He'll call
I bet the bearings ain't been packed since they made the trailer. He got that gooseneck. Listen to this. It is a bolt-on gooseneck trailer hitch. You ever seen one? A bolt-on. Yeah, he got that. And behind that trailer, he's got him one of them flashing arrows. What's on two wheels? You know what I'm talking about? He got it plugged up, flashing Marvin and the Marvettes flashing behind that bus, pointing to the back of that trailer. And he's going down the road in his advertising for him. And then when he get to the scene in Poole, he plug it up and it advertised put his in the middle of the crossroads, I reckon, if that's where he's going. And it pulled people in there to see him. Marvin is ready to go.
I wonder what the signs say, like preaching and singing or preaching and singing.
I don't know. There wasn't nothing on the sign now.
There wasn't nothing on the sign.
I didn't see nothing on the
just wonder
sign.
how you going to light that up.
It probably says something like "Follow me to paradise."
I couldn't see it because I couldn't go up in the house because he knew I was looking. I was looking at all this from the road. I could see this from the road because let me tell you something. You can see that if you run over that trailer. Ray Charles could see that trailer. You ain't gonna run over that trailer. He got it painted up. I mean, but it looks.
I hope he does well with his venture with his endeavor. But it kind of got off of me that he just about 30 minutes before the show come on, can't make the show. No explanation, no nothing. Then he said,
well, that's a detailed text for him.
About Raphael. What's he gonna do? What about his job? When he gonna come back to his job?
What job?
Does he work?
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, about his job, about his paying job. His wife still
preaching.
His wife still working.
Oh, she working. Yeah, his wife working, but she preach. He's out there preaching now, so you can't mess with him about that. You know how he's that man. He give one of them. I noticed the other day. Listen to this. I was in his office the other day, and he had him one of them boxes come in from what's that store you order everything? They got everything in the world you order from, and they ship it to your UPS. One call, that's all.
Here's a Roebuck.
No, Amazon.
Amazon.
He don't fool with his Roebuck. He's too high
tech,
culturized. Yeah, he got him. And you know what he had in there? It's all coming together now since Charlie said he saw the thing on the Book of Faces. Because I ain't got him, I didn't see it. But he come in and he had him 6 brand new 18 by 18 silk handkerchiefs, what he can wipe that sweat with. Got him 6 of them. Brand new.
Silk.
Had him in a box. Silk.
He's ready now. Well, I tell you what, let's wish him well.
Got him initialed.
Well, we wish him all the luck in the world with his endeavor. Marvin's always, what, Marvin, I worry about Marvin from time to time. Marvin's always on the go. He's always on the move. And one thing with Marvin, I love him just like he's a child of mine. It's no moderation with Marvin. There's none. And that worries me about him. You got to moderate yourself. You got to regulate yourself. It's like some old men. I was uptown one day, way back out when I was a boy, and they were sitting on the bench there in front of one of them stores there around Pool Room or somewhere. And this woman, she come pressing by. She had that Playtex on there, all that. Had that pocketbook, full of that pocketbook, and one of those men, he looking at that, he said, whoo, said, "Ooh, now, regulate your mind. Regulate your mind. You get that. And they sometimes folks is in church, they'll say that too about the women
Yeah.
that come, walking through like that. They be talking to the self regulate. They be saying, regulate my mind, Lord, regulate my mind. So I hope Marvin, I hope Marvin practice some moderation with what he do. I
Well, I
wish him
wonder.
well. I wish him well with his endeavor. And I know he'll do good. He'll probably touch lives
Oh
while he's
man, he'll draw a crowd.
make a difference in their life, in folks' life.
He'll draw a crowd. He can preach
So,
now. He'll draw a crowd. I'm more worried about who he gonna get to put the tent up and to take the trailer apart where you have the stage.
he don't worry about that. Do
Some
not worry
some
about that.
You think
I
he?
did hear. I heard that if this thing goes well, and we wish him well, he has a goal. You know, brother Jesse DePlantis and the one up there in Atlanta was believing God for a $60 million jet to fly around and preach on.
Marvin don't
Marvin
want
can't
that.
handle that.
He
Marvin
don't want
can't handle
Well,
that.
Marvin is believing for a slightly used 1965 Silver Eagle bus that was used by the Seagull brothers and Naomi. So that is more in line with what Marvin can do.
See how Marvin with a jet.
Some
I'm gonna ask y'all a question about Marvin with a jet. How is Marvin flying along in a jet? How you gonna tell the airplane pilot that, whoa, you need to lie down here? We're passing by Striplings. You need to lie down here. I need to go in there, pilot. Probably some of that jerky that costs
yeah.
$5 4 ounces, and he'll buy that
uh,
with it
Brother
when he.
Marvin needs a Slurpee. He needs a
Yeah, he
Slurpee.
can't do that. Can't do
Uh,
that on that jet. He can't do
Look at
that.
him. Let me tell you about Marvin. If they flying and it's a more than 30-minute flight, they ain't got a bathroom big enough on no airplane
Yeah,
for
he
Marvin.
can't. He can't make that
No,
work. Sure he
30
can't.
minutes is all. No,
Well,
sir.
I tell you, we done wish Marvin well with his
I hope
endeavor.
he does good.
At least I know where he's at. That's the main thing. I
That-
know where he's at, and I know he's okay. So,
Well, you
you
scared me when
asked
you said
me
he wasn't going to be on the show. I didn't know what
uh,
had happened to him.
you
he,
asked me earlier what my news was over here. Let me share this before I forget it. Because it's something that kind of surprised me. I got a call the other day from a person that I've known for a number of years and worked with in the media business. And that person let me know evidently there's a new, uh, another new, I guess, manager out there at Channel 18, and that they had found a collection of my old shows
get out of here.
on DVD. And when we went and picked them up, here's what we got: 8 of these books,
Good gracious alive.
Man alive. That's a lot there.
episode 4, 8 episodes per page. And
Wow.
there's 8 of these books slam full. So I have not had a chance to go through them, but some of them go back as far as 2003 or possibly before that. So I feel like somewhere in there there's some episodes that might interest some folks that watch us,
Good.
especially folks that love the dirt road sports and some of the antics that, yeah, we wish Marvin well, but I still got a little animosity about the goat deal, and I feel like the episode of the goats is somewhere in all these files somewhere, and I
That's
That
probably.
know.
was pretty good, wasn't it? You got to admit that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I would, and see, I never got to see it. I was there, but
Yeah,
I
no,
never got.
never got to see
I
it.
was there live, but I never got to enjoy what it probably looked like on TV. So, just maybe in the next few weeks, we're gonna go through some of these things and some of the interesting things like that, like the boys dressed up in their beautiful coats and some of the things that we did through the years, especially around Christmas time. We might could find some of those episodes and share little clips with our audience. And
Man, that's
that's
great.
what,
That's
yeah, yeah.
wonderful. I'll tell you what, everybody's looking at us tonight. Most everybody that's watching us know what the Charlie Platt show was, and knew that we were on there, occasionally on there with him. He'd have us on there. He really helped us out to get some
Man,
exposure from people, and
yes, sir.
couldn't have done it without him. And the last show that I watched of the Charlie Platt show, and it was your last show. You had a group of teenage FFA members from down there around Sampson or somewhere that was on your show.
Yeah.
and they were talking about their greenhouse that they had
Yeah.
the greenhouse and the plants that they were selling that they were going to sell. You gave them that whole hour of free time, free publicity, so they could sell their plants. Didn't charge them a dime to do that. And that's the kind of service that you provided for people in
Yeah.
Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, and Northwest Florida during the time you was on the air. And I appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate this person that contacted you about all those tapes, those DVD discs that you've got. That
Oh,
it's
it's
a treasure trove, Charlie. It's a
well,
treasure.
like the
It
other day was the day of Halloween. I had to go for my 6 month heart deal at Dr. Alabody's office, and I run across this all the time, and it makes me feel good because of all the shows I probably did through the years. Every year I look forward to FFA week as much as anything to see some of the bright spots with the young folks that we had coming up, whether it be from a Georgia chapter, a Florida, or Alabama chapter. But the FFA program has produced the leaders of our communities, especially of our agricultural communities around here that we see today, and other things that it brought the young people to do. And I was there, and this girl was a new person there at Heart South, and we started a conversation. She says, "I know you don't remember me, but in 2005, I was on your show. I was a student at Skipperville High School.
How about
And
How
that?
about that?
every just more often than not, people I get to substitute pharmacist at Mike's Pharmacy up in Headland. He says, Miss Charlie, you don't remember, might not remember me, but you had me on the cattle show in probably 1990 something. And all these young folks that were on the show through the years, where they've ended up today.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them that went through that FFA program have ended up being very, very good citizens and contributors to our communities.
Successful
To,
people.
to be
Charlie,
a
it's amazing that the reach that you had and the reach that we have that our little show does. Not pinning any bouquets on us at all. I just want to give you a for instance about our show. Uh, Not long ago, my friend Wayne Gucci, y'all know Wayne. Charlie's been over there and eat fish with Wayne at his cookhouse and all that. He's met Wayne and knows Wayne, and everybody that knows Wayne Gucci knows what kind of fellow he is. He'll do anything in the world for you. And Wayne he's a Masonic and Shriner brother of mine. He's a dear friend of mine, and Wayne is in our Shrine Club at Hassan Temple. Wayne he's the premier raffle tickets for guns. We sell gun raffle tickets every year, and people win those guns one a week. You can win one a week for the next year. We give one gun away a week. You see Wayne Gucci and buy you a ticket from him if you know who I'm talking about for the whole next year. But Gucci, not only does Gucci sell, Gucci also he works both ends of the deal. He buys too. So Gucci told me not long ago. He said I was passing through Ozark, Alabama. And he said, I came up on, he said, they pulled in that Walmart or somewhere to stop, do something. And he said, he said there was a tent out in the parking lot. And he said, I saw it. It said it was a Masonic lodge, and they were selling raffle tickets for guns. And he said, I told Terry, that's his girlfriend. He said, I told her, I said, I'm gonna go over here and see my brothers. So he started walking towards the tent, and he said there was a fella sitting at the tent there, and he said the fella stood up and said, "I can tell by the way you walk, you want $100 worth of tickets." And Wayne said, "I reached in my pocket." He said, "I pulled out $100 bill." And I said, "How many will that buy?" And he asked me. He said, "I can't think of the guy's name." He said, "I think his last name was Watson." 10 minutes before the show went on tonight. You know who I'm talking about, Charlie. 10 minutes before the show went on tonight, I looked down on my phone. I got him. He's on my contact list. That when he calls me, it shows up. It said Colonel Joe Watson. Colonel Joe, and they got to talking. And I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm gonna put the two parties together. Colonel Joe Watson and Wayne Goocher. They got to talking, and Colonel Joe asked him when he was filling out his form. He said, "I need your name on the form here so we'll know who to give the gun to if you win it." And he wrote down Wayne Goocher. Colonel Joe says, "I know you." He said, wait a minute, man, how you know me? He said, how you know me? He said, I watch y'all on the Charlie Platt show. Said, I watch on the Charlie Platt show. And he said, they mention your name all the time. Two good men met
Yeah.
up on that spot that will be friends for life. They may
Oh
never
yeah.
one another again in their life this side of heaven, but they'll know one another. But it was 10 minutes before the show got on. Colonel Joe called me and told me the same story. He was with the Skipperville Clinton Lodge. They were selling gun raffle tickets. And here's what Masonic men do. They were selling gun raffle tickets, and he said we have two fundraisers a year for it. So we give two $1,000 scholarships away. He said all the money we make, we give it away. So that's what we do. That's what Masons and Shriners do. They give the money away. They don't keep the money. But I thought to myself, I said, now that's what we are. That's who we are. This is now you talk about like-minded people. I'll mention that later on in tonight. The like-minded people associating with one another. That's what we need more of. But they won't ever forget about one another. Wayne Goocher won't ever forget Colonel Joe Watson. Colonel Joe Watson won't ever forget Wayne Goocher.
That's
I
right.
tell you what, let me say this real quick. The number of people that I have become friends with, and through what I've done through all the years, there's one on here tonight that I got to mention because I you kind of think you know this guy. I know his heart, and I know what type of person he is. His name's Ray Barrett. And for those that name don't ring a bell to, he was a left-handed bass guitar player for the Bama band that put Hank Williams Jr. in 5 Entertainer of the Year awards back to back. Them boys went on stage every night. They didn't know what Hank might be going to do. They fell in there and they did it. And they were the best that ever was as far as a show band in country music that could just tear up rock and roll country. Them along, Ray along with Cowboy, Eddie Long, steel guitar. And the reason I bring up Ray, I think about all these old shows and going back as many years as we did, and some of them back into the early 2000s, we might find an episode with our old buddy Dixie Hatfield on there, who is familiar with a whole lot of folks around here that used to be, toward the end of his life, he was a regular on the program. He would come down and play the piano live on the show at 5 o'clock in the morning, boys. And Dixie goes back to the old WBAM days, 1957 vintage. He played piano for Hank Jr. in that same Bama band, and all those old friends and folks I met, contacts through the years who became friends. I have just it's hard to explain the love I have for them and for the two that's on here tonight, and of course with Marvin. And it was all because the good Lord blessed me with a crazy way to make a living and an interesting uh, career. And I don't take it lightly. It was him, not me. But I met a whole lot of great people. I met some folks that I wouldn't walk across the street to shake their hand. But for the most part, it was great experiences doing the TV show and the great people I got to work with, and the wrestling business, the music industry, radio. It was just it been an interesting run, and we're gonna go through some of this old stuff, and we might relive some of it together. Well, on
Yeah, that's
Facebook,
great.
I think.
That's great.
Well,
Well,
Ray up there in Kentucky,
go ahead.
Ray up there in Kentucky, we salute you and your daughter tonight, and we appreciate you taking time to sit down and watch 3 old men just Shoot the breeze. Go ahead, Floyd.
Hey, we having a conversation. That's what a man. We was over in Dawsonville one night, Dirt Road Sports over there, doing a show, a benefit show for a good friend of ours who had cancer, and we were doing our thing, and one of the guys looked over there to a friend of mine that was sitting at the table, who's a good storyteller. The guy's name was Joe Burke, and the guy told him, he said, "Man," he said, "them guys are awesome." Said, what kind of script do they have? I mean, how do they come up with this material?" And Joe said, "You don't understand. So you don't get it." He said, "What they're doing is having a conversation." And that's what it is. That's what we have. We're having a
That's
conversation
right.
with y'all tonight. But it is trivia time. Marvin always normally he loves this part. Marvin loves this part of the
He
show.
loves it.
Trivia time. And I know he's sad tonight because he can't do it, but it's trivia time tonight, brought to you by Southern Hissy Fits, right there on the south end, the southwest corner of the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Some of the nicest people you have ever done business with in your life. Go in there if you need embroidery, if you need tumblers, if you need t-shirts, gifts, more. Some of the finest people. You tell them what you need, anything special, they're creative for you. Very creative people. Southern Hissy Fits, they can make you some t-shirts, sweatshirts, whatever you need. Raincoats, it don't matter. Pocketbooks, they got it right there. Sell jewelry, all kind of good Christmas gifts. But it's trivia time, folks. And here is the trivia question for tonight. It's a musical trivia.
Oh,
Musical. This goes back a while. We like to go back in time. This is kind of a reflective time for the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt, reflecting back on trivia. What was the name of James Brown's first singing group that he was in? What was the
that's a
name
good one.
of James Brown's, the hardest working man in show
The
business,
show
James
business.
Brown? What was the name of James Brown's first singing group that he worked with? Now you're gonna have to go back to about the mid-50s on this one. So y'all better get on your computer there and go to scrolling and go to picking and a punching and Wikipedia and all that kind of stuff. Googling. Oh, you're gonna need to do it because this one kind of goes a little deep there. But call me at 254-272. No, don't call me. Text me 254-2727 and that'll be Floyd. It'll be come straight to me. The name of James Brown's first group that he sung with. 229-254-2727. I know y'all remember James Brown.
Oh yeah.
Surely y'all, man. It took him a year and a half to ever get him buried. He had more funerals. James Brown had more funerals, or he had more. He had more funeral lives than Queen Elizabeth and Aretha Franklin put together.
Well,
They
they couldn't
hauled
keep
from
his feet
South
still.
Carolina to Augusta. They hauled it whoever. I think Al Sharpton preached at his funeral. He didn't preach; he spoke. I don't think Al Sharpton preaches. I think he speeches. I think he spoke at his funeral. What was the name of James Brown's first singing group that he was associated with? Come
They
on,
could
You
I,
know,
I ain't hearing
they
nobody. Look
couldn't
at
get him
everybody.
buried, Floyd.
It's dark. It's black. Ain't nothing. Nobody pegged into nothing.
They couldn't
If
get him
y'all
baried
don't
because
hurry
he
up, if
couldn't
y'all
keep
don't,
his
somebody
feet
don't
still.
chime in, we gonna get a cup and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get the cup because I know who it was. I got down here.
Floyd,
I got down here.
Floyd.
Yeah.
When I was really, really young,
Mhm.
first thing I remember about James Brown, Billy Big Deal Jacobs over there in Enterprise had a car lot on Park Avenue.
Get out of here.
And somehow or another, Big Deal, which a lot of folks know that name from the drag
Mhm.
racing circuit, Big Deal got a hold of one of James's Cadillacs off
Get
for his used car lot.
mercy.
And man, that was the show when you rode by, you almost saluted James
Ooh,
Brown's Cadillac sitting over at Big Deal Jacobs.
that was the star of the show, wasn't it?
It was
Man,
the star,
Got one
baby
coming in here.
doll.
I got one
I
coming in.
saw
Said,
James Brown
y'all listen to me.
in
Y'all hold on. Listen.
concert.
Hush, hush. Y'all listen to me. Debbie Womble come in and said the Flames. That ain't right. That was second. That was
Uh-huh.
second. It ain't the Flames. That's a good answer. But the Flames was next. What was the name of James Brown's first singing group? Anybody? anywhere. Y'all gonna have to dig on this one. Y'all gonna have to do some research on this one.
It was not the Sharptons either.
It wasn't
Although Al was working for it.
Al was one of them. Al worked with him. Al worked with him. Yes, sir. Al worked
He was
with
a
him.
dope man, I think, wasn't he?
I think he would. I think he got some sustenance in there, some pick me up, if you will. James had to have some. He had to have some. James, I don't think done anything in moderation.
He had to have some
Anybody
gas.
want to guess? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess how many days Al did James Brown lay in state?
Oh.
I got him tonight. Boy, Marvin, he'd be so happy tonight. Marvin would be so excited tonight. It can't nobody guess it.
You ain't had no more. How many
I
guesses
got
you had?
one guess, said the Flames. I got one said the Flames. That ain't it.
Here comes one.
Mm-mm.
I thought I heard your bell ring.
There's another one. Two more us. No, that ain't even close. Famous. No. Famous Flames. No. Dynamite King said famous Flames. No. That ain't it. Man, y'all hitting it now. Where that go? Y'all. This is way before a bunch of y'all's time. It's about before my time. But anyway, I stumbled up on it today. I said that'd be a good trivia question right there. We may have to let this one ride over to next week. One more time. James Brown, the name of James Brown's first group that he sung with. Was y'all all over it? Famous Flames. That's y'all. That was him, James Brown, the Famous Flames.
There
James Brown,
go.
the JBs. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. It ain't the JBs. That wasn't it. He was the man that actually was a leader of the group was a guy by the name of Bobby Bird. If that helps you. James was in the group, but he was in the singing group.
Oh.
Bobby Bird it was like Lawrence Welk show, the Bobby Bird show, featuring.
No, it wasn't nothing like the Lawrence Welk show now.
No, it wasn't nothing like the Lawrence Welk show, was it, Queen? I don't think Myron, what was his name, Myron Lefevre? I don't think Myron was playing the accordion.
Bobby and Cindy couldn't have danced to that.
Bobby and Sissy.
Yeah. Couldn't have handled
I'm
that.
gonna give y'all about another minute to come up with this, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it is, and y'all gonna say, "Oh, that ain't right, Floyd. That ain't right." But it is right too.
Was Conway Twitty in the same group? Okay, I just asking.
Conway was not in the same group. It was a great name. The group has had a fabulous name. In fact, this may be Marvin might get this name instead of Marvin and the Marvettes. If he will use this name, it'll be better than the Marvettes, I think. Because he could kind of.
You looking at your screen? Your cousin sent one in.
I'm looking. I see my cousin. It's wrong. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. We have a winner.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. We have a winner. 100%. Miss Cynthia Herring. Cynthia Herring, and the name of the group was the Gospel Starlighters. The Gospel Starlighters. James Brown. Miss Cynthia Herring. Miss Cynthia, if you'll send me your address, we'll send you a cup, or either you can go by the Southern Hissy Fits and pick it up, whichever one you want to do. You might want to go by there and pick it up and visit with the ladies there. The Gospel Starlighters. That was the name of James Brown's first singing group back in the 50s.
That would be a good name. Marvin could put that on the side of that cow trailer.
He could put it on the side. It'd be a long, be a long name. It's a double name on it. It'd be a great name for it to put on there. Cynthia Herring. She's the winner of our cup from Southern Hissy Fits. Great deal. Thank you, Cynthia.
Give the answer one more time. Give it one more time.
The Gospel Starlighters.
Gospel Starlighters.
That's a great name. Isn't that a wonderful name? That's a powerful name for a singing group. Gospel Starlight. That sounds like something Reverend Johnson would have. Oh, God. Oh, I tell y'all about that time that about Reverend Johnson was preaching. Reverend Johnson liked to preach. And he had he had a pump organ player over there. Her name was Sister
Sister,
Cookie Noobs.
I hadn't heard. Yeah.
Sister-in-law, yeah, Reverend Johnson's wife was named Pinky, and her name was Perky Grooves. I mean Perky Noobs. She played that pump. She played a pump organ over there. And
Sure can tell this, are you?
Sister Perky's husband, his name was Harry Noobs. And Harry was a song leader out there at Reverend Johnson's church, and Sister Perky played the pump organ out there at the First United Holy Tabernacle of Love Brotherhood Sisterhood and Scrutiny Church. Boy, she played. And what Reverend Johnson liked to do, Reverend Johnson, he'd be preaching along. You know how they preach along in the band, he'll hit that pause. You gotta take your breath, boy. She hit that organ. Oh, man, he'd wear it back down on it again. But he was sitting over there. He was over there buried down. Bed flying. He was weird. I tell you. Oh, mercy. Cigarettes never touch the lips. No. Whiskey never touched his tongue. He was buried down. And he'd hit that. He'd hit that pause, and Perky Dove's supposed to come in on the pump organ, and she'd be over there. She'd be a cough. And he'd look at it, he'd give it that old look, like that. That went on through the whole song. About every time he'd get ready to hit that pause, about that whiskey never touched his lip. Lusted, never lusted at no. Have mercy. He'd hit it. Boy, she'd be coughing and carrying on, or wheezing, carrying on. Well, anyway, church was over with. One of the sisters went up to Sister Perky Nubs. It was during the summertime of the year, kind of hot anyway, you know. She says, Sister Perky said, if you'll do something with that cough, then you might be able to play the pump organ like you should next time. Said, I'm gonna give you a remedy. It's a great home remedy. Said you need to go out into the woods down in the flats and get you some green persimmons. Get you a sack full of them and bring them home and crush them all up. Crush them all up, smush them all up, get all that cinnamon juice and get all that pumice and all that juice and rub it all up in you, all over your chest, breast, bosoms, and all up in here, up under your armpits, and all down on your stomach. It'll loosen up all that phlegm, and you'll be cured. So anyway, next Sunday at church, Sister Perky, she had rubbed all that cinnamon juice all over herself, all up on her bosom and everything. Anyway, next Sunday at church, man, he was preaching along, boy, he'd hit that pause, man, she'd hit that organ. He done, man, it was going along good, and they got ready to close it out. And, her husband, Harry, he's the song leader. So Reverend Johnson, please. We're going to now have the hymn of invitation. Going to be song solo by Brother Harry Nubbs. Brother Nubbs, would you please lead us in the song? Oh, please, please, Brother Nubbs, come on up. Brother Nubbs, got up there, sir. So you go hey, what do you think? That ain't too bad, is it? It's a true story on Reverend
true
Johnson.
story.
Somebody pinged in a while ago said, won't y'all tell us a story on Reverend Johnson? Some of these stories, they're good. They ain't about too good.
That's a true one right there now.
That's a true story. Sure it is.
You don't never
Oh,
you don't never know when you will get called on to testify when
Don't
you go
never
to
know.
church.
You don't never know
You
what the
don't
Spirit's
you
gonna
don't
lead
never
folks
know.
and what kind of position He gonna put you in.
You
You need
got to
to
be
be
ready.
ready. You need to be ready
Right.
all the time.
at all times.
You got to be
I didn't see
ready.
nothing wrong with it myself. I mean, I thought it pretty normal, you know. I don't know if any of y'all out there has ever. Some of y'all listening in on Martha's Vineyard might not know what a green persimmon is, what it tastes like. But some of you folks down in South Alabama and Southwest Georgia and Northwest Florida, y'all know exactly what a green
Exactly.
persimmon will do to you. How it'll turn your
Ah,
mouth wrong side out.
Hard to get them notes out, ain't it?
It's hard to get them out. It's hard
Hard
to
to
hit
get them
any kind
singing
of note.
notes out.
So, but anyway, that was okay. There wasn't nothing wrong with that. Brother Nubs, brother Harry and Perky. They were married. They were carrying on a little bit. You know, they were just kind of associating with one another. And Sister Nubs had to get well. Man, she had to take the
Yeah.
cure. So
He was
anyway, she
doctoring
took the
on her.
cure. Uh huh.
Yeah, he was doctoring on her. He probably
Well,
rubbed that salve all over, all that
yeah,
breakdown.
he probably hope I
Yeah.
put it on.
That's what,
Yeah,
yeah.
he probably hope I put it on the salve, on the cinnamon
Yeah.
juice salve. Had to
That's what
be.
I think.
he was
He got
like
good
brother.
rubbing.
He was like brother Robert Tilton. If y'all remember brother Tilton, he got blood poisoning from laying on all the cards and letters and prayer requests that he got.
Mm.
He prayed over it so hard the ink from the cards and the letters come into his skin and poison his system.
Mm.
Good. Now today, did he get over it?
Oh, he's still around. Yeah, yeah, he's
Yeah,
still.
he got over that.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's not as big as he used to be, but he's still out there. That's right. Mercy.
But he needs to stay off of laying on them cards and letters, and if it's gonna do him that way, he just needs to he needs to tell them to send him a debit card number or something instead of sending cards and letters. I don't know if folks still send cards. Well, they do. I see. We watch Jimmy Swaggart sometime on Sunday morning. They send them in box full. Sure do. They put their hands in there, and I mean, big trunk full letters, cards from everywhere, coming in from everywhere. Man, please.
Mm.
Well, we bringing it on down to the end, y'all. Y'all got what y'all got? Anything, Quizzer? What's going on? You said you was in Atlanta this week. What's going on up there, man? Anything
Oh
special?
man, well, I tell you what, I reckon we could get serious for just a little bit. I went up there today and I had a meeting and then after the meeting we got invited to go to the Georgia State Patrol headquarters. And
Hey,
they were having their annual Christmas lunch and giving out service awards. And I saw some of them get awards from 5 years to 35 years of loyal service. And as I stood there and looked at and looked at them and heard what they had to say, and you know, and I'm sure it's the same way in Florida and Alabama, but I can't speak because I don't live there. But it just made me proud to know that we got those guys out there. They protect us, and instead of turning on them and bashing them like everybody else does, we don't know. After I heard some of the stories that was told today, we don't know what they go through. I don't know if
Amen.
y'all know it or not, but last week, I believe it was last week, there was a deal where several schools in Georgia had a false alarm active shooter called in. It all happened pretty much at one time at several random locations throughout the pretty much the parts I really know about is the southeastern side of the state, but it was several different towns and counties and several school systems. And how this was done, somebody had to be smarter than me to figure out how to do this. But all these 911 centers got these calls for an active shooter in the schoolhouse at the same time. And I
hmm,
was listening to some of the day, and let me tell you one of the things that I heard today. Uh, First thing I heard was that the Georgia State Patrol had troopers in, not they didn't call out any names of where they were, but they had troopers in the halls within 5 minutes of the time the call went out, and they had a copy of a radio traffic between two troopers that was saying listen, when we get there, we ain't waiting, we going in.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of bravery that I'm talking about, that these men and women, and it ain't just the troopers, it's our local police and sheriff departments and firefighters and EMTs and paramedics that put their life on the lines every day. I don't think we really realize what they do. And I know today it just made me stop for a minute and just really be thankful for what they've done. And I tell you something else I saw that really it kind of touched me a little bit. For the awards part, the governor came and he came down and congratulated the troopers. And then there was probably 200 or 300 people there, and they lined up in a line with on two sides of a table. So you know how long a line would have to be to feed 200 or 300 people. It was on the outside, so they was lined up just as far as you could see. This is how humble the governor of the state of Georgia is. I saw that man. I watched him. We were standing off over there in the corner. I watched him start. They, naturally they made him get in the front of the line. Well, when he got over there to where the food was, he turned back around, and I watched that man go through that line, and he shook every hand of every man and every woman in that line all the way to the end of the line. And just this, and to me, that was just a picture. I mean, he just won re-election, but that's how humble he was that he had done that, and that touched me. It let me know how much he cares about people, and I just thought I'd throw him a little plug in there. That's why he won governor by the margin that he did. He cares about people, and I hate to be real serious, but I enjoyed it today. It showed me a side, and it helps me to know that, hey, we're protected. And I'm sure, Charlie, y'all the same way with y'all's troopers and law enforcement and first responders in Alabama, and I know they are in Florida the same way. We don't understand how really blessed we are that we can lay our head down at night and go to sleep and know that we got people out there who's willing at a moment's notice to put their lives on the line for us. And you know what? That moment's notice comes more and more often now than it ever did before. When I heard some of the reports and the stuff that went on today, it was sort of an awakening. We live down here in a little old bitty town, and of course, y'all seeing it in Dothan pretty good bit, but we see it, and we kind of think we're sheltered or we're protected from it. We're not. It's coming. It's just the right time he hits
it. It just hadn't happened.
Yeah, and but I just want to thank them. I really do. I want to thank the governor. That meant a lot to me, to show how much he cared for each and every person. He went on even around to where they were cooking and went up in there and thanked them. And he brings his wife and his daughters with him where he goes. They were there with him. I was just totally impressed with what went on. I think we got a good man.
Well, that goes to show that he's not all about himself. It's not all about him. It's about others. He's truly a public servant. Some of these folks get on there and they spew off about they are public servant. No, they ain't. They're a public leech is what they are. But we've got a governor that I'm thankful for, the governor that we have, and thankful for the governor that Florida has. Right. I don't know that much about Mimo, but you don't hear much out of her. I mean,
she stood her ground.
She stood her ground. That's right.
She sure did.
That's what you got to do. But anyway, we blessed to live where we are. We blessed to live right here where we are at the dark end of the street on Flamingo Boulevard, on the OJW Tully Farm out there at turn 3 of the old Rocket Speedway. So that's who we are and where we are. I don't want to be nowhere else other than where I am right now. But ladies and gentlemen, it's getting time now to close this show out with y'all. And y'all know what comes up last on this thing? It's Floyd's short list and stories, short list and other things and such, if you will. Brought to us by Berry Hill Auction.
It's that time once again. Time for Floyd's Short Lists and More. brought to you by Berry Hill Auctioneers. Berry Hill Auctioneers, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of the great, the world famous Floyd's short lists and more. And now, please make welcome Mr. Floyd B. Lloyd.
Thank you for that glowing introduction there, Marvin. I appreciate that so much. You can do wonders with your voice, the way you can manipulate your voice to you just draw people in. The sound of your voice is just like honey. It's just like honey to a fly. They just come draw it's light. They want more of it. But thank you, Marvin, for that. Last week I went through a deal here with tough questions. The press they are totally enamored, and enamored means let me lean down and kiss your feet. That's what enamored means, or kiss another area of your body. But the press is totally enamored with Joe Biden, and they'll pop off questions that somebody's already told him what questions to ask and told him. He'll look down on the sheet and answer the question. So here's just some tough questions that I wish some of you news folks out there, so-called news folks, reporters would ask Joe Biden. We went through this deal last week with some of the questions. I've come up with some more questions. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you be a good journalist and a good reporter. If y'all will listen to me, you'll advance. You'll go far in this world. You won't go if you're working for ABC, CBS, NBC, or CNN. You won't go very far. But if you're with another news agency, you will. About some of these questions. And question number one asks Joe Biden, how many states are there in the United States? And if he can answer that, then maybe you can move on, to something a little harder. How many states are there in the United States? And here's another one. What number president is Joe Biden? What's your, Obama, he was 44, Trump 45. What number are you, Mr. President? What's your number? Here one right here that I wish they would ask him. Give us the names of your poor friends.
That'd be a good question. That'd be a good question right there. Yeah.
Oh,
Name your poor friends. I'm not talking about them that pretend to be poor so they can, advance their agenda, but those that are really poor. Tell us who your poor friends are, Mr. Joe, Mr. Biden. You ain't got time to go to the border. You don't have time to do that because that's not
It ain't important enough.
Not important.
ain't important.
No, ain't important. We got to go over here where some Chinese company is coming in building chips there in Arizona. They're going to build the chips to go in the car. So he's got to go over there and give them no telling how many billions of dollars. Oh, here's something now that you news people out there might be interested in reporting. It's not on the news. Did y'all know? Here's a couple of things that I want to share with our viewers tonight. Did y'all know that today, Joe Biden is giving the Teamsters Union. Y'all know what that is? Teamsters Union. Y'all know how far that goes back. You know how far the corruption goes back in the Teamsters Union. He's giving them $37 billion of our taxpayers' money, giving the Teamsters Union so they can fund their pension. They are out of pension money. Now but they've paid into this pension. Yeah, what, $3 a month, while they were working. $37 billion of taxpayers' money going to fund. This is through 2051. They're set. They're in business through 2051. He's going to give them $37 billion. They're going to turn around back. The Teamsters Union is going to turn around back and donate to the Democrat Party probably $3 billion. And no telling how much of that will go in Joe Biden's pockets. So just want to let y'all know that. There's somebody, when you pay your taxes every year, when you look at your check, after you get your check, you see all that withholding that's going up, withholding taxes going up. You know where it's going? It's going to the Teamsters Union pension fund that they have already thrown away, that they've given away and thrown away and give back to the Democrat Party. That's just one of the things. Here's another thing that you probably hadn't heard in the news today about the United Nations. And I know probably some of you folks on Martha's Vineyard up there, probably all of y'all are enamored with the United Nations. Y'all love it. And some of you, most all of you, if you vote Democrat, you love the United Nations. It's part of the deal. The United Nations demands that Israel give up its nuclear weapons. Not North Korea, not Iran, not Russia, not China, but Israel. Give up your nuclear weapons. That's what the United Nations is demanding today. That's just a couple of news items that you might
You
not
know what
be
that is, Floyd?
Huh?
That is
Do what?
prophecy. That is Bible prophecy, biblical
That's it.
prophecy coming to truth,
What?
because everybody is going to attack, and that they're going to take away they want to destroy the devil's number one. His first priority is to destroy Israel.
Got to
God's
destroy it.
chosen people. That's what he wants to do.
Plan one. And he's got his folks in place to do it too. Because
Yep.
United Nations, y'all know how corrupt that place is. There's no
Yep.
more corrupt organization on the planet than the United Nations. No more corrupt and worthless. That's a short list than the United Nations. That's it. Give us the names of Joe. If you'll give us the names of your poor friends, we'll go along with that. And I got two final questions that the news media might want to ask Joe Biden. Who is Christopher Columbus, and what movie did he star in? That's one that y'all might want to ask him. Come up with something. And here's the last one. While Robert E. Lee was president, was his vice president Sir Walter Raleigh or Fats Domino? So y'all might want to ask Joe that question. He'll answer. He'll come up and say, "Oh, that was Fats Domino."
Oh, he'll answer.
Short list. I got a short list tonight. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Marvin ain't here to monitor us and to keep us like we are.
Lord.
Here we go. All right. Here's other than being fat, ugly, bitter, unaccomplished, angry, criminal, violent, drunken, lying, twisted, thieving, scheming, disgusting, waddling, and putrid. Other than that, Hillary Clinton's qualities.
Not like any other Democrat. Ain't got none.
All you got to do is change the name, all the same. All right. Here's a short list right here. Times that Joe Namath has ever personally worried about his Medicare coverage. Are y'all tired of seeing Joe Namath
Yes.
skipping Medicare coverage?
Yeah.
Like he's worried about it. He wants what he is entitled to.
Uh-huh.
Joe Namath, of all people, Joe Namath.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Anyway, I just want to know, Joe, give us some dates that you really worried and concerned about your Medicare coverage.
You think that Joe got $154 added back to his Social Security check every month?
Oh man, yeah, oh yeah. Shoot, man, that's the least of Joe Namath worries is his Medicare and his Social Security check. All right, here's the one right here. Here's a short one right here. This is a really short one. This is, if truth be known, names of the people that actually think Joe Biden is smart. Well, you name that. Y'all name us some. Come on, y'all step forward. Step forward. You think he's smart? Here's one right. Here's the last one right here. Here's the last. Pentecostal women that skydive. Can y'all see that? Can y'all vision that? Can y'all vision that jumping out of an airplane? With a parachute and that hair all spread. The hair wouldn't move. The hair would not. They wouldn't even.
The bun would come unraveled, is what would happen.
That's it for Floyd Short List and more. We appreciate y'all being with us tonight. We've had a good time with y'all tonight. I'm gonna give y'all my little ending. Turn it over to Charlie and Queasel, and they'll close us out tonight. But y'all know mine. Y'all know mine. Exercise your Second Amendment rights always, everywhere you go. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. The next thing is to surround yourself with like-minded people, people you can trust, people that you know, people that you believe in and you trust. Surround yourself with people like that. Third one, be vigilant everywhere you go. I know it's a shopping season, and I know folks are all excited about going to the store and buying stuff and getting out and going in and going out. Leave the car running, leave the keys in the car, got the pocketbook on the arm, looking around, talking on that cell phone, man. Yeah, talking, yeah, I'll be home in 5 minutes. All this kind. Be vigilant of where you are. Put your cell phone in your pocketbook or in your pocket. Look where you're going. Walk around. Look where you're going. Look who the people are that's out there. If there's some kind of strange outfit going on, there's something strange, weird happening around you, turn around, go back to where you come from, around some more people. Other thing, lay down tonight in your bed, give thanks to the good Lord above for everything He's blessed you with today. And you will go to sleep before you run out of thanks. Charlie, go ahead and we'll turn it over to Queasel after you.
All right, Becky, if I make it real quick because we're running over time. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love you. Pray for one another. Pray for this country. Prayer and the miracles and the works of God are the only thing that's real. All this political bull crap, none of it's real, folks. Only the good Lord can do us any good in this country anymore. Pray that He does not turn His back on us. Please.
Thank you, Charlie. Hey, thank you everybody for letting us in. We appreciate it. Miss Marvin tonight. Hope he's doing good out on his road show. Hope he's having good, but we do miss him. And want to thank I don't know what his production assistant, but we just thank him for what he's done tonight. I don't know what his name is. I don't know what his show name is, but we thank him for doing it very much. And I want to leave my challenge with you. Christmas season is here. No happy holidays. If somebody happy holidays, you right back at them with Merry Christmas. Do not let people take Christ out of Christmas because that's what they want to do. And so please, Merry Christmas to everybody you see. No happy holidays. And because Marvin ain't here, and because I believe we need a Bible verse on our show every week, I got the Bible verse from my daily devotion today, and here it is. It's found in Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Here's what it said, and I don't know if there's ever been any truer words spoken. Listen to what it says. It says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. I don't know of nothing that we could tell y'all that's any better. Thank y'all for watching. We love y'all. We enjoy this time we spend with y'all. And as Marvin says, whatever you do, always remember, be particular. See y'all.
Good night, y'all.